6:48, breaking headlines here in our Monday Smart Start. This morning, wildfires in the Carolinas are threatening many neighborhoods, prompting evacuations.
So far, there are no reports of any injuries, but the threat is now expanding with red flag warnings posted across Georgia. South Carolina's governor has declared a state of emergency with more than 150 wildfires burning in that state. The flames threatening homes near Myrtle Beach over the weekend. Just across the border in Polk County, North Carolina, fire officials there say they've made some progress on a brush fire with hundreds of acres already burned there. Helicopters dropping water on these flames, while authorities also warn against any outdoor burning since dry brush and gusty winds add more fuel.
The fire, once it hits this, embers, anything, it spreads. Within a matter of minutes, our yard can be consumed in fire.
The Red Cross and other organizations offering assistance to those forced to evacuate as neighbors hope and pray for the best.
Right now, Rochester police are following up on leads after a woman ended up in the hospital following a stabbing. Officers found the 28-year-old stabbed multiple times last night around 9 on Kingsborough Road. The victim expected to live. Our News 8 team there saw at least a dozen officers responding to the scene, and they tell us this stemmed from a domestic dispute nearby. It's unclear at this point if any charges have been filed or if anyone is in custody.
Happening a little later today, former Rochester City employee Anthony Hall will return to court for a motions hearing.
This appearance is in connection to his case involving an assault charge where police say he attacked an officer earlier this year. In January, RPD responded to a home on East Main for family trouble and someone trying to break in. Police say Hall was ordered to leave but refused and argued with officers. When he finally started to walk off, police say Hall shoved an officer in the chest, knocking him down. Hall previously pled not guilty to this case. Now, last month, a sentencing for his financial crimes was put on hold. In November, he admitted stealing more than $1,000 from a local nonprofit by using a debit card which belonged to a neighborhood group and moved the money to his personal accounts. That was in 2018 through 2019 when he volunteered for the organization. He was already facing a year to 1.5 to 3 years behind bars as part of a plea. He's due back in court again for the assault case at 9:30.
In continuing coverage and starting today, any correction officer still on strike will no longer be eligible for their health care benefits, and that also includes dependents on those plans.
By the way, Docs announced last night it officially started to fire the striking COs. In a statement sent to News 8, the state corrections commissioner says he's recently visited prisons affected by the strikes over the last few days. And in a message to the COs who have been protesting, he says, "I want you to come back to work today. If you missed your shift, still report and know that we will continue to have an open dialogue on making facilities safer to work." We heard from those still on the picket lines in Attica. They tell us as much as they want to get back on the job, back to their normal routine and schedule, they're not giving up their fight until the terms of the current deal between the state and union are reconsidered to immediately do away with 24-hour mandated overtime shifts and a longer suspension of the HALT Act involving solitary confinement. One guard shared a text with us he received from the State Office of Employee Relations along with the aforementioned health benefits disclaimer. It says the department will seek contempt sanctions, including fines and imprisonment, against those who continue to take part in the illegal strike. Officers who have been considered AWOL for more than 11 straight shifts have been terminated. The striking COs outside Attica as of last night said they were unaware of any firings announced for their facility, and they plan to be out there until the new agreement is negotiated.
Today in Minnesota, a public wake will be held for the transgender man found tortured and killed in Ontario County. That service will be this afternoon as loved ones and friends remember Sam Nordquist. 7 people so far arrested and charged in connection to Nordquist's murder, which happened last month.
Sunrise traffic updates here, 8 minutes to go until 7. Couple of issues here, Delavan and North Streets and Northeast Rochester. Another one southwest side, South Plymouth Avenue at Ford Street, right there, getting in and out of downtown. Our Greater Rock Sky Eye showing 490 is moving along at speed. Just a heads up, a reminder, the Wayne Central School District is shut down today because of a water main break and a boil water advisory covering part of Ontario. The break was issued, or the issue was noticed about the break around 5 p.m. Saturday when the water system lost pressure. This advisory to boil water is in effect for people who live west of Knickerbocker Road until further notice, and this will last about 3 to 4 days, we're told, until everything's fine to use it again. The full advisory and updates can be found at rochesterfirst.com.
New this morning, slip, trip, fall, these are things that local delivery drivers have to risk and therefore are trained to avoid when they go across our region making all our deliveries.
Yeah, sprint from the dogs too. It's more than just a message. They have a special simulator they go through on the west side with Amazon. Aran Spitzer went through the test. She's here with the results. Aran.
Yeah, guys, Amazon calls this training the Last Mile Driver Academy. Last mile because that's where items go right before they're delivered to your home. The training here is for what Amazon calls its delivery service partners, DSPs. These are independently run delivery businesses that partner with Amazon. David Landry, a level 6 operations manager, says the training is 2 days long. On the first day, drivers go through basic lessons, including situational VR training, where they're taught lessons like what to do if there's a dog unleashed in the delivery location. Once they pass the day 1 test, they make it to day 2, where they get hands-on training like actual driving in the slip, trip, and fall simulator. Simulator teaches delivery drivers how to move through unstable conditions with packages in hand and make it through safely. I tried it. It is very, very difficult, but they said the goal is to walk slowly and carefully. Landry is responsible for running the on-the-road portion of the training and says these training methods are more helpful than staring at a book.
They learn a lot more being able to experience it, seeing it with your eyes virtually as opposed to just strictly on a Kindle is more advantageous. And then obviously the slip, trip, and fall simulator helps to recreate, some of what they experience out there with the driveways being slick in the winter, walkways being slick. So it's beneficial for them.
As they find success with this training method, an Amazon representative tells me they plan to roll out this training method in different markets later this year. Guys?
Aran, thanks. Need it more this season than they have, past 2 or 3 years. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I could benefit from the training, especially the slips with the sidewalks. None of those shoveled recently.
Yeah, well, and the lack of salt really, I think, was kind of a big factor that nobody expected that we'd have to deal with all the ice out there. It has been cold, it has been snowy, but we should do even more melting today once we get above freezing there. We're at about 20 now. Should climb into the mid-30s this afternoon. Yes, Wayne County, some spots over there getting some snow showers, light snow shower. I think everybody could see a couple of flakes through some of this morning, but otherwise that should fade. 8-day forecast tomorrow. It's a nice warm day, cloudy, but temperatures climb upper 40s and low 50s for high temperatures there. And then we keep going. Wednesday is a soaker with rain, wind, and yes, that upper 50s to near 60 degrees, warm there. And then we come back down as we get into the end of the week.
Boy.
Incredible.
Getting closer to spring. Ready to change the clocks, too. Right. Thank you, James. That does it for us here this Monday. Our next update at 7:25.
Have a great start to your day. Be safe.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.